What up, dude bros? I'm Frank. This is a video review of the Adventure Force Conquest Pro. This blaster by Dart Zone is a very powerful spring-powered magazine-fed blaster that fires half-length darts with a magazine that goes the wrong way. Let's get into the review. Included is the blaster, magazine, detached muzzle, sights, darts, 2 extra O-rings, and instructions. External overview, starting up at the front, there's no inch drag barrel lug. This is not a Nerf brand blaster. However, this flash hider is removable. It's just friction fitted in there, so if you don't want it, you can just pull it right out. I've seen no change in performance with it installed or uninstalled. On the top of the blaster, we have 2 Picatinny style rails, and the unit comes with removable sights, which I have installed here and here. And now down to the priming handle. This is a spring-powered blaster to prime. You do that. The prime strength required is way harder than all of the Nerf blasters on the market right now. This shoots as hard as the Nexus Pro, and the prime strength is in line with the Nexus Pro. The Chrono is almost 150 FPS, so obviously it takes way more strength to prime this thing. That being said, it's a very smooth prime and a very comfortable grip. Moving back, right here we have an access door with the priming handle in the rear position. You can just flick that open, and that allows you to get your finger in there to clear out jams and malfunctions. However, I did not experience any jams and malfunctions that required that access door to clear. And moving back, we have a magazine release on the right and the left-hand side. Full ambi, bro! However, this magazine release is not like most magazine releases. I actually cannot get to it comfortably, and I have huge hands. If I can't reach it, 99% of you cannot reach it. So striking this magazine release is totally weird. I've actually just been using my thumb and holding it like this, and then letting the mag drop out like that. It takes a little getting used to, and even at the fastest, I don't think you can speed reload faster than the Nexus Pro, because the Nexus Pro just uses classic ergonomics that everybody's familiar with. So it's a little bit wonky, but after you reload a couple times, you can get used to it. Moving back above the trigger, we have a trigger safety. When it's protruding on this side, it is safe. Then you push it in, and you're able to fire. And now down to the trigger. The trigger pull feels pretty standard, but this blaster does have slam fire. And now down to the grip. Overall, this grip is pretty comfortable. It's a little on the smaller side, but it's not alienating to an adult hand at all. But the grip is in a slanted position rather than an upright pistol grip position. It's at the same slanted angle as the front grip too. Ergonomically, it's most comfortable to shoot this a little lower, sort of at the hip. And up top, we have a sling attachment point right here. And now down to the mag well, which is the weirdest part of this blaster. So that is the magazine. It is inserted into the butt of the blaster. So when you go to reload, it's like your blaster just has to sort of take a dump. I'm gonna get demonetized for poop jokes. This is the included magazine. It holds 15 half-length darts. This blaster is only compatible with half-length darts. It does not shoot full-length elite darts. But the unit is also compatible with the Jet Blaster magazine I tried and the Worker magazine. So if you own half-length magazines, it's compatible. This magwell is really weird ergonomically. It's just totally different than every other blaster I've ever used. I sort of have it down so I can reload relatively smoothly, but it's never going to be as fast as a normal blaster reload. But a magazine like this has the advantage of not having a giant mag sticking out of the blaster like that. This is built into the blaster, so it's relatively low profile. So you've heard me talk about it enough, now I'll show you it firing. Operating the Conquest Pro is pretty fun. This blaster shoots really hard, just like the Nexus Pro. And shooting these Adventure Force half-length darts, it's also very accurate, just like the Nexus Pro. And when using the included magazine, I didn't have any major jams or malfunctions. I had a few feeding hiccups when I started to slam fire really quickly, but under normal usage, it operated just fine. However, when I slam fired while using the Worker magazines, the magazine would actually dislodge from the blaster. I think the vibration was so much that the magazine catch would just dislodge and the magazine would slide out. But when I slam fired with the included magazine, I did not experience that problem at all. It was only when I was using a different brand's mag. But other than that, the blaster worked pretty much as expected. To compare this blaster to others, I put it up on my chronograph. And with the included Adventure Force half-length darts, achieved an average velocity of 144 feet per second, which is over twice as fast as the 70 FPS Elite Par right now. This is shooting just like the other Dart Zone Pro grade blasters, like the Nexus Pro. So yeah, wicked fast firing velocity, bros. That is all of the objective information I can provide on this blaster. Now to my personal opinion. Overall, I think Dart Zone did what they set out to do. The blaster works pretty well. It shoots really hard, it shoots really straight, and it's fun to use. The ergonomics are super wonky, reloading the magazine is just super bizarre, and these slanted grips kind of make you want to shoot from the hip instead of shouldering the blaster and looking down the sights. So it has a unique feel and a unique vibe, and I'm sure some people are going to buy this and be pretty happy with it. However, in my opinion, the Nexus Pro is just a better blaster for almost everyone. The only important thing the Conquest offers that the Nexus Pro does not have is slam fire. The performance, the accuracy, and the muzzle velocity is very similar between both of these blasters. And the Nexus Pro will shoot Nerf Elite darts or Wafflehead darts if you need it to, whereas the Conquest Pro shoots exclusively half-length darts. It is not compatible with Nerf Elite darts. So I personally see no use for the Conquest Pro. I would always use the Nexus Pro over this blaster. Don't get me wrong, Dart Zone accomplished what they set out to do. The blaster works pretty well. It mechanically works. I was not expecting that given the wonky nature of this design. I mean, a horizontal magazine where they have to flip the darts and chamber them sideways, the mechanics of this little area are so bizarre to turn that dart upside down. But it actually works, and it works well, even under slam fire, which I'm just impressed by. That being said, if you're looking for a high velocity blaster up in the 150 FPS range, the Nexus Pro is going to be better for almost everyone. The only disadvantage I see is the slight bulkiness of this magazine protruding from the blaster. And as a primary, it's really not a big deal. That wouldn't get in anyone's way at all. The only situation I could see someone using the Conquest Pro over the Nexus Pro is if you need to sling a secondary. Because it doesn't have the magazine sticking out of the blaster to bang into your leg, this would be more comfortable to throw in a sling and have by your hip. And for that role, it's a really big blaster to have on your hip, so even then, that's kind of a weird decision in my opinion. So to buy or not to buy, I really don't see any reason to buy the Conquest Pro when the Nexus Pro is available. The Nexus Pro is an amazing blaster with the same firing performance, but it also uses full-length magazines, so you have the option to shoot Elite darts or Wafflehead darts if you need to. The ergo on this blaster is just phenomenal. This is just kind of wonky, designed to be shot from the hip, and just weird. So they accomplished what they set out to accomplish, but what they accomplished just is kind of pointless. But let's be real, the Nexus Pro is a hell of an act to follow. Almost any blaster they come out with that competes with that blaster is gonna come up short, because the Nexus Pro is just amazing. So that's kind of a nasty opinion for a blaster that mechanically works really well. But hopefully I've laid out my opinion and all of the information for you to make an educated purchase decision on your own. If you'd like to purchase a Conquest Pro, I'll put a buy link in the description box below. That concludes this video review. Thanks so much for watching, bros, and as always, stay tactical.